Good morning, everybody. Today is April 24th, 2025, and we're looking at the S&P 500 futures. So yesterday we had a gap up, big gap from the close from Thursday, because Friday they didn't have markets. No, what am I talking about? I don't even know what day this is. Today. Today is Tuesday, so it was a big gap from Tuesday, right? So I said it was gonna be hard to to move down and fill that gap because of the magnitude of the gap, and because all these people were positioned themselves short, they were getting squeezed. So initially we did have a big rally. You can see that we started the day, we moved up above the previous week's high, which means that we are officially not one time framing down anymore on the weekly, so we're now balanced. But then we kept trying to move above it. We tried a few times, but then we found sellers. I know there was news, but that was the trigger. But then there were very strong sellers that got below this gap, right? Like we had filled that gap, got below it again, and then attempted to start going below this area to fill the gap, but couldn't get anywhere. So we had a double distribution there. You can see this volume right here, this low volume, and then another right here. So double distribution day, couldn't move lower, although by the end of the session we kind of finished kind of weak. So now sellers are looking to fill this gap. They're looking at this area where we had all this volume and the 20-day point of control. So now this is one of these days that it really can go anywhere, right? Because we have this gap above, right? The 55.66 gap. Then we have the gap below. We have short-term value below. But now it also it's starting to look a little bit like a double distribution. You can see we put a lot of volume up here, and sellers are having trouble staying below. So today I'm gonna be looking at these two distributions as kind of like two sessions, right? So resistance in this area, where the low volume area is, right? So that's gonna be my it's gonna be kind of like what I'm looking at as far as these two sessions. So staying inside this range targets this area, the 54.45-ish, right? So it's kind of about half half of this session. If we get above it, then I'll be looking for a move through this whole area and then breaking above and then continuing that up move. We have a previous target that we haven't tested, the 55.32, and then that gap fill at 55.66 and a quarter. And then if we're not able to hold and we break below yesterday's low again, I'm gonna be looking for a down move. Actually, I wanna see a move below the overnight low, because look at all this volume that we have even below yesterday's low. So I'm gonna be looking for either developing value area low and a strong break on the developing area session below that, and then for a move to target the overnight low and then fill that gap, and then eventually this whole area 53.30 to 5300. That's the target. And then here, if we're inside value for this session, then ultimately I'm looking for a move down to 52.80, which is value area low from this session. So basically, stay keep this in mind throughout the session, because it could happen that we just go back and forth, right? Like, you know, looking like we're gonna move up here, then, you know, all of a sudden switching into the bearish side. So keep your plan fluid, and remember that it's okay to to change if we start seeing the opposite order flow. So probably best to wait a little bit to see how things develop once the market opens and we have some of the big players showing their hands. We do have existing home sales at 10 a.m. and some auctions at 11:30, and of course still lots of news out there, so keep your eye on those. All right, crude. Let's look at crude. So crude was looking like it was coming down back into that 60-80, but look at all this support here, and we put a lot of volume here yesterday, and now it's starting to look like a double distribution here. So now the new area that I'm watching is this below this yesterday's low, because you know, it looks like sellers are having trouble getting below this area. So maybe we start balancing higher and then move value slowly up here. And then we still have this magnet here, 66.35. I have somebody at the door, so anyway, so I think that's about it for today. I'll see you guys later.